Out here. You already know. He said midday, the sun's out. Telling people, Kroenke out. What do you think about the fact that they said they're trying to build a bridge, bro?
Build a bridge with who, bruv? You're not building a bridge with nobody, bruv. Your bridge is non-existent, bruv. Your bridge is made out of sticks and stones, bruv. That's it, bruv. They're gonna phew.
Welcome back to the Football Terrace, everybody. It's set to be an historic afternoon for Arsenal Football Club. Mass numbers expected outside the Emirates Stadium. We have Arsenal fans on the ground that are going to be giving us footage from this. We actually have Egal and his crew with us right now, so we're going to go to them straight away because they're out there. They're doing their thing as it stands right now. Egal, gents, how are you all?
We got DLG and we got Chris here. We're at the Emirates. There's people everywhere. It hasn't started yet, but we're going to get the message across today. We already got Sky Sports and everyone over there. We're going to get the message across, people. Kroenke out. What do we think of Kroenke? What do we think of shit? That's all right. Kroenke, we ain't Kroenke. We ain't Kroenke, we ain't Kroenke. We ain't Kroenke, we ain't Kroenke. We are the Kroenke. Haters, we hate Kroenke. All right, Terry, throw it back to you.
Yeah, no worries. We'll come back. Good numbers there. Good people turning up early on. Well, Gal, we'll check in with you a little bit later again, my guy. He's going to be in and out, letting us know that he's there. I see a few people say earlier, barely anybody there or whatnot. Listen, it's going to really pick up pace a little bit later on. We're going to keep you abreast of things as they continue. Gal there with his fellow gooners, getting ready and everything else. And it's good to see. It's legitimately good to see Arsenal fans in good spirits there, masked up, ready to protest. But we're here for you because not everybody can make it to the Emirates Stadium today. So the Football Terrace, as ever, you know, we pride ourselves as being one of the biggest digital platforms on planet Earth for football fans all around the world. So we're going to be taking your calls. We're going to be getting your opinions. We're going to be gauging what you think and feel. But of course, these could be historic protests. They're protesting, of course, the hideous decision to try and join this European Super League, but the overall ownership of Arsenal Football Club, the deterioration, the regression of Arsenal Football Club under Kroenke, under the leadership, has been absolutely awful. It's almost 20 years of going backwards for this great historic football club. And they're out there to protest today to try and get changes, to try and improve things for them. We will be discussing that. I want to know if you think these protests will work and what else needs to be done. That's very, very important indeed. There is no doubt about it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm very proud to see football fans stand up and do this. We will be taking your calls as well on the situation that happened again today. We spoke about it this morning, but lots of people having opinions on the very weird attack that Ray Parlour gave towards a man like Don Robbie as well. That's a real protest, people are saying. You thought Egal lived in Canada. No, he lives in England. He is Canadian, but he lives here. I thought you all knew that, but no, that's it as it stands right now. That's where he is. That's where he is. That's what they're doing as well. A lot of people also talking here about Ryan. What's happened with Ryan Giggs? Why is Ryan Giggs trending? I don't even know. Has he been? What's happened here? Former Man United footballer has been charged with assaulting 2 women and controlling. Wow. Well, there we go. Ryan Giggs. If that's true, he will not be in charge of the national team for Euro 2020. Well, if Ryan Giggs has done that, then he deserves every single bit of punishment coming his way. No sympathy whatsoever. He's been charged with actual bodily harm of a woman in her 30s and common assault of a woman in her 20s. That charge is done. He's got his trial coming up. He'll have the trial. And then we'll judge him and assess him after the evidence is revealed and the verdict comes up. But yeah, that's interesting news about Ryan Giggs there. But as far as I'm concerned, he's right to be removed from the Wales manager for now. He'll have his trial. We'll see all the evidence. A jury of his peers will either convict or exonerate him, and then we can pick over the bones. I'll keep the same energy as I do whenever a football player is accused of something. It's let's wait and see for the evidence to come out. Let's wait and see for these court cases before we overtly judge. We could all come out today and rip into Giggs. People could come out today and call these young ladies liars, and then either side of that argument could come out looking rather foolish at the end of it. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. But obviously, feel for the women first and foremost that have been through this. And Ryan Giggs, he'll have a day in court. He'll have an opportunity to defend himself, but not a good look at all. We've got Man Lucky Gal back with us again here. What you saying, bro?
Terry, we got a Leicester fan here, and he had a point to prove as a fan of a rival club. He wanted to come here in solidarity with us, and he has a message for the fans.
Today is obviously about Kroenke out, but it's the bigger picture. Football is under attack, and I think it's only a matter of time before something changes. And hopefully many fans from other clubs can be here today and support the movement as best as they can.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think for me, this is the most important thing here. I've been saying it for many years. Fans of all clubs have got to come together and push back against these types of owners, because who knows, one day it could be your club. Look at that, a Leicester City fan there protesting with the Arsenal fans. That is absolutely fantastic to see, no doubt about it at all. Hey, Gal, thank you very much for bringing him on and having me say that's quality, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Top man, look at that. Rival fans turning up and doing that. That is absolutely brilliant. Someone says there's no fans there. Listen, it's very early. It's 6 o'clock, the protests start. That's still 45 minutes or so away. The numbers are going to accelerate quickly. There's no doubt about that. Arsenal fans will be there in numbers. There is no doubt in my eyes. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. They will be there. They'll be out there saying and doing their thing. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure of that anyway. As I say, I'm pretty convinced they will be. I very much doubt that they will not be. They've wanted Kroenke out a long time. They will be there. There's no doubt about it at all. A lot of people want to talk about Ryan Giggs. Listen, absolutely. If you want to phone in and call about Giggs when we open up the lines, you are more than welcome to do that. Of course, you are. We here at the Football Terrace will remain as neutral on these matters as we always are. Whether it's a player arrested or being charged, we'll wait to see the evidence come out before we judge them, because that's what everybody deserves, a free trial. Equally, anybody that thinks that Giggs is being set up or lied about, we would prefer you to refrain from those opinions as well, because we don't know the facts as it stands right now. What I will say, if Ryan Giggs is guilty of this, then he deserves all types of legendary status. He's being removed from him, deserves to lose his job, shouldn't be working again. The high end privilege stakes of football brings with it, but we must wait until he has his day in court. Maria here says, we are now in a dangerous situation when people are assumed to be guilty now before we all know the facts. And that's very true. That's very true, Maria. We have to be very, very mindful of these things, because we've seen things before go right through to trial, and then people are exonerated and it turns out they did nothing wrong. So we just need to be mindful of that. But of course, we'll cover that more nearer the time. Today is about the Arsenal protest. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Football fans coming together. Terry turning into Sky Sports from his room, legend. We're doing our thing. We're doing our thing here. We absolutely are. We always knew Igal was going to be there today. We always knew that Igal was going to give us his opinions and be there at sort of ground level, talking to fans, bringing them onto the terrace to come and have their say. And it's brilliant to see him doing that. He is a huge Arsenal fan. He loves the football club with a passion, and he's there today fighting for a cause that is so special to him. And I think it's a brilliant thing to see. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. Brilliant thing to see. That's all I can say in it, really. So I was reading and typing and talking at the same time. See some more of your live comments here. Okay, yeah, I'm not reading that comment out, but there we go. Make sure you smash that like button. Absolutely. Kelly here says, I hope if it was a man of skin, we would all show the same. I mean, a man of color. Let me just tell you this. Now, all I can do is tell you my views on this. When Callum Hudson-Odoi, he wasn't charged, let's be very clear on that, was arrested in the summer, my energy was absolutely identical. When there was an accusation that Mason Greenwood had done something earlier on in the season, my energy was exactly the same. In fact, my energy was different because it had already been confirmed it was a 21-year-old and Mason Greenwood is still a teenager. But absolutely, you're right. The energy needs to be the same. It always is from the football terrace. You're absolutely right there, Kelly. 110%. Terry, Arsenal or Everton? That is a very strange question. I have no comprehension of why you're saying that. But there we go. The Gooner Express says Kroenke out. And of course, you'll be saying Kroenke out. 110%. We know Gooner Express would be saying that. Of course, we knew that. Getting back to the hashtag here. I want to get this back up on the screen. Let's go. Make sure you're all hitting that like button, by the way, people. Get that done right about now. Get it done for us. Numbers building up. Numbers really building up nicely now at the Emirates. Numbers growing. When I first went on here and looked about an hour ago, you saw about 5, 6, 7 people there. But we want to get your views. You want to get your opinions as ever. What picture here taken maybe 9 minutes ago. You can already see hundreds of people now lining the streets outside. I think there'll be hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people there this afternoon when it all builds up. We're going to share the link for you to come on and have your say. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you're thinking and feeling. We will be getting as many to call in as they can. I've also shared the link with a few other YouTubers I know that should be there today. So I'm going to make sure they've got that link right now so they can come on and they can get themselves involved. We'll be taking calls very, very soon indeed. But I want your views and opinions. Tom here says, Terry, it doesn't matter what your opinion on TalkSport matters with Robbie. You sum it up, raise point. Rival fans laughing at Arsenal because of AFTV. How many times have you clipped their content? That isn't the point, though, is it? I laugh at Arsenal fans that phone in and rant on TalkSport. The point isn't that we find AFTV funny at times, that we find it entertaining at times. It's the accusation that Robbie wants Arsenal to lose. That isn't the case. I equally go back and watch the fan channel review shows. I clip people up that celebrate like mad. Same difference, Tom. So you're missing the point so much. Nobody is saying that it isn't funny, that we don't all laugh at Arsenal fans sometimes. Of course we do when they're ranting and raving. But I laugh at my friends that are Arsenal fans that rant and rave in my living room when they're losing the game. What I push back again today is this notion that Robbie and DT and Pippa and Troops and Tyre and Claude, God rest his soul, and Lee Judges, all these gentlemen and ladies involved, they want their team to lose for views. That simply isn't the case. So that's what I push back against. I'm just sharing the link with a few Gooners that I know are currently at the stadium as well. So hopefully they can call in and come on and have their say. Make sure like buttons are being hit this afternoon, my people. Make sure you get that done for us right about now. Right about now. Terry, send me the link. I'm at the Emirates. Okay, young Samuel, I'll get that sent across to you right now, bro. I'll get that sent across to you right now, man. We'll get that done. I probably should follow you. Oh, there you are. I found you. There you are, Samuel. I'm going to get you the link sent now, young man. There we go. Link is with you, Samuel, to call into it. If you're there watching us, make sure you call in. We want to hear from you as well. Terry, we need to be serious. Imagine people don't turn up. Well, if people don't turn up, we will discuss that as well because it will need to be. But Samuel's now joining us live from the Emirates. How you doing, Samuel?
Well, Terry, I'm good, yeah. Today, we've got hundreds of fans here today. We've got a gal down there. Listen, today is a day of retribution. Stan, you can see we're all angry, yeah? Stan Kroenke has been giving his time. He's been giving his time to back this club, and he's come out year after year with lies after lie after lie. That's what he's done. And the fans are fed up with it. Everyone's here. You see, everyone's got the banners out. Terry, listen. They think this is just the end. This is the beginning, yeah? We can see the Arsenal. I just saw the Everton coach go by. Listen, the Arsenal players were here tonight. They're here through you. But Stan Kroenke, this is a message to you, yeah? Sell our fucking club. Sorry, Ty, I didn't mean to swear, but
it's
Stan
fine.
Kroenke, this is a message to you, bro. Sell Arsenal right now, bro. Look at the amount of people here. Just because of you. You rot this club to its core, bro. You've rotten this club. Get out now, Terry.
Listen, I'll call back later. But right now, I'm just gonna enjoy the protest right now because we need to
Yeah,
get this dickhead Cronky, Glazers out, Cronky out, all of them out, bro.
There you go. You go and enjoy yourself, mate. We'll speak to you soon. Stop, man. Stop, man. And it's really good to see people out there doing that. I need to address one comment. And it's the last thing we're going to say, unless you call in on this now. It says, Terry, Ryan Giggs has been charged. It's not the same. It's not an accusation. So it's not the same thing as Hudson-Odoi. I understand the difference between being accused and charged. But the point I've made remains the same. I would keep the same energy regardless of any player or footballer, because we only cover football, if they were charged or accused. Is you have to wait. You can be accused of something and charged of something and still be innocent. My point is, I'm not going to come out here and call Ryan Giggs all the things that we would label to somebody that's committed that crime until after he has been found guilty, because we don't know if he is guilty. It doesn't matter what my gut feeling says. It doesn't matter how much rivals want him to be. We have to give him due process. That due process is what protects each and every single one of us in this country, or should be used to protect all of us. So I'm not going to disrespect that just because it will be good for views or good for clicks or anything like that. It's not right to do it. We have to, as we say, it's terrible news that he's been charged from a point of view of the victims in this case, but let him have his day in court. Let him have his say. And if he's found guilty, you will not find me wanting when it comes to the level of criticism that I will label upon Ryan Giggs. Watch this space. But until that point, he is innocent until proven guilty, so I can't go out and condemn him. That would be utterly ridiculous, an utterly ridiculous thing to do. All I was making the point to somebody earlier is we've had multiple other players that have been accused of things in recent time in here, and I always give it the same energy, and I would if they were charged. Did the same thing with Maguire. His guilty thing was a little bit weird. That's why they appealed it. I haven't heard anything about that really all year. It's kind of just gone under the radar, but there we go, and we will do that. And I think it's fair. I think it's a fair thing to do. Although some of you do think you here are saying guilty until proven guilty. But there we go. That's entirely up to you. If you live your life that way, you live your life that way. But just be mindful that one day that could happen to you. And imagine how you would feel in that scenario. So just be very, very mindful of that. And I'm not here protecting Ryan Giggs. If he's done what he's done, I will give him hellfire for a crime such as that. But until that point, I can't express an opinion on something until I know the facts of that matter. We'll be taking more calls from people very, very soon indeed. KJ's now with us. What you saying, bro?
Yeah, on what you're just saying, you may not be saying about this situation, but I will say about Ryan Giggs as a person. From what I've heard, for everything he did, including his brother, he's a knobhead. So there it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mate, I agree with you on that. Like things that he's done to his brother and stuff, there's no doubt that he is that. But in terms of condemning him for a crime that he's not been guilty of yet, I just don't do it to anybody. That's just me as a person. But I understand why some people will, and we'll wait to see what happens in his court case. And if he's guilty, then as I say, I'll rain hell on him. Especially as I think for me, especially as a Manchester United fan and a player that I looked up to my whole life, I'll condemn it. And say everything I need to say about it then. But it's one of them things. But we're all going to look really silly if he comes out and is exonerated completely after making videos and content saying what a knob he is for doing this. I just don't see the point of putting yourself in that situation.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that completely. I get your stance completely in that. For me, it's different because as much as I'm a Man United fan, he's not one of the legends that I'm attached to for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here waiting. But I'm not going to make a song and dance if he is exonerating. I'm not going to be here saying, see, you guys are trying to get him in trouble. But nah, this play is what it is. It's just the way I feel. It's the way I personally feel about Ryan Giggs. I've got no real attachments. I'm not holding my breath for a verdict in either direction, personally. But we're not here to talk about him.
On that,
you know what I mean?
I can't agree with you. If tomorrow it was dropped because there was evidence he was found innocent, I wouldn't be making content going, see, I told you. It's one of those things for me where if he's done it, I'll say something. If he's innocent, I might mention it. It's something. Do you get what I mean? It's one of them ones.
Yeah, I will call him a dickhead because he's a dickhead for the past and what he's been doing. And there's been multiple stories of Ryan Giggs being a prick. So I'm just gonna go by them. But again, we're not here to speak about that. We're here to speak about these wonderful protests that the Arsenal fans are doing. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. And I think it's right. We had that pagan Ray Parler try to say certain things about the AFTV. And this is a beautiful sight. Beautiful.
Look at it just very quickly. That's Igal coming through to us live now from the protest. Igal, everyone said, a lot of people said nobody might turn up because of the numbers.
I don't think Igal can hear you.
You might have been able to hear me, but look at those numbers there. A lot, as I said, a lot of people suggested that maybe nobody would be turning up there today. There's hundreds, if not already over 1,000 people there. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, more even people come along because this is a good start. This is a very good start. And if there's a certain amount of people that come along, like in terms of AFTV stars and popular people, maybe a past legend like Ian Wright, if they're spotted there as well, that will fuel more people to go and come. That will fuel more people to get onto the cause. So yeah, hopefully this is the first of many for Arsenal. As a football fan,
absolutely,
I can only hope that they keep it up. As a rival, obviously, I would love them to keep Kroenke and go down to the pits. But this is about football. And as a football fan, I back what they're doing and bun them pagans and that, you know what I'm saying? So Kroenke can do one.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Jess here with us all the way from sunny California. And what's interesting, when a gal called through a little while ago, he was with a Leicester City fan. There was a Leicester City fan that turned up to protest in solidarity, which I thought was amazing. First of all, Jess, welcome back to the terrace. Give me your thoughts on these protests today, and what do you feel will sort of become of them?
I think it's a really good start. I think, I know that it may seem like, well, the Kroenkes are not going to sell the club, and they probably aren't, but we have to have a unified voice and show that we're going to come together for the club regardless. And you can't just do whatever. And we're not just going to sit there and watch you guys turn the club into crap. So for me, it's kind of like, this is a really good step. There's different things that we can do to be more organized and bring out more people. But for me, it's a good first step in trying to get the club back to where we feel like it should be, so I'm good with it. I love it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I think for me, it's something I've been talking about for years on these. Remember my first couple of appearances on Fan Park Live, we live streamed after Arsenal games directly onto AFTV, and people sort of called in. And a lot of people asked me this question about, why do you care about how Arsenal's run? You're a Man United fan. I said, look, it's great past all the banter and the laughter that you sometimes throw towards rivals. My club is being run poorly. And I said, every fan should care, because one day it could be your club that's going through this. And if we fight together and we get the change that's required to the way football is run, nobody should have bad owners if that's done correctly. And I think it's, football's such an important part of the history, the heritage and the culture of not just England, but so many countries around the world. And it's now spread. There's Jesse sitting here all the way from California is absolutely in love with Arsenal, the Premier League and football in general. And I think that needs to be protected.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think that apathy has been a big word for me in the last couple of days when thinking about Arsenal, because it's really dangerous, for fans to feel like they don't have a voice. And now that this whole Super League thing has come about and fans are getting their passion out there and their thoughts out there, this is the best thing that could have happened from an Arsenal standpoint and us trying to get the club back, So I think for Manchester United, Liverpool, teams with big culture and big traditions, it's so important for us to be vocal and engaged, So I want to see Manchester United fans do this, Liverpool fans do this, and let's just keep it going. Of course we want to see each other lose games and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately we want our game back, So I couldn't be happier to see thousands of people out there. I wish I could be there too, but don't listen to anybody. Protesting does work. And this is just the first step in us trying to make Arsenal a better club and make world football a better place for everybody.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Jess, if there was a protest in America, do you reckon the Arsenal fans, I know obviously America's a big place, so it's not as easy to travel down to one location and protest, but if there was like group protests around the country, do you reckon Arsenal fans in America would get on that?
It really depends. I don't know a bunch of Arsenal fans out here, so I can't say that I think that, I know that there are some people on Twitter saying make it out to SoFi Stadium and things like that, but if it was something that people really wanted to see, I would go out of my way to try to make it happen, because it's important for them to feel the heat here too, you know, that they can be hurt from American fans from all over the world, you know. So yeah, maybe we could do that next time and do something at SoFi Stadium, which is around the corner from my house, you know. So
yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Sorry, I saw a comment on in the chat that said, I'm fasting, so I'm only watching the listening to the audio. That that killed me. Sorry, Jess. Sorry.
No, do you know what I think's interesting is football fans coming together on a more regular basis. But what I am going to do very quickly is young Samuel has come back through to us again, live footage from the Emirates Stadium.
We want Crocky out. We want Crocky out. Say we want Crocky out. We want Crocky out. Hey! I just started here, Terry. It's going, man. It's got the flares going.
Samuel, how many fans are there, Samuel? How many people can you see?
Red on me.
I don't know if you can hear us. Samuel, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
I'm doing my Sky Sports team, Terry, but I'll be call back later when our protest starts.
Yeah, top man. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. It looks like you need a school uniform, you know.
I want to say, and he had his little school friends as well. You can hear like his friends when you were 7 and that.
And fair play to him. Do you know what? And fair play. I wonder what it's like for like Cam and Igal and Samuel to meet and actually see each other, because they've been talking for a year via the football terrace and stuff online, and now they're all at a protest. Absolutely. Someone here said Claude would be proud. Yeah, do you know what? He'll be very much missed there today, because he'd have been right there. Do you know what? Him and Heavy D would have been right there, front and center, loud, proud, and giving it their all. So I think that's a very fair comment indeed. But as I was saying before Samuel came, it's important that football fans come together. And my only fear with all these protests is that within 2 or 3 weeks, it dissipates, it goes away. Suddenly nobody cares with the same kind of like passion, if you get where I'm coming from. And Jess, from your point of view, what do you think needs to happen? Who do you think can help keep this alive?
We need to be more unified. I really think that that's the thing. Like we can't have a division between the supporters groups and the fan channels and things like that. That's already been kind of the line in the sand per se, like between our fans, is that there's just some people that do not want to come together. The only way for us to continue this on is, one, not to listen to anything that they're saying. They're already starting with, I don't know if the Glazers are starting with this with you guys, but we're going to have this big, huge summer. No, we're not, you guys. We're not having no big freaking summer. We're not. They're lying. They're just trying to keep us from protesting and to just think, well, nothing's going to happen. That's also why they said they wouldn't sell the club. So I think, getting together with everybody and making everybody feel important, and not trying to say, well, the supporters groups could get together and do things. AFTV can get together. Let's just all get together and make it a common, thing for us to all try to work towards, because the division dilutes the message for me,
Yeah.
So I think just keeping everybody together and pushing through and not listening to anything that they say, because we're not having a big summer. Don't listen to it. They're not going to change. We just have to keep putting our foot on their neck, keep the pressure on.
No, I could not agree with you more. We're going to go to some more phone calls now. Some of you have come through to have your say. First up, we've got Guna Express. Welcome back to the terrace, mate. What do you want to say?
Just to really quickly talk about, Claude. They've actually put him in the programme for today's game. So obviously right now, Arsenal fans aren't exactly with the best relationship with Arsenal, but fair play to them for doing that. Obviously, rest in peace, Claude. But in terms of the protests, I think the one thing that people need to remember is why we're doing it. We're doing it to get Kroenke out. We're doing it to send a message to Sky and to all these big companies and, these big, shareholders in football. And I think that's what we're going to do. I see a lot of people there already. There's loads of photos going around and video footage, and there's already reporters getting there. And I think it's going to be massive. I think the one thing the fans need to do is actually stay for the game, make noise while the game's being played. Make our voices heard, because right now Kroenke's probably sat in a pool, drinking a little cocktail. So if we could start making a bit more noise, he's definitely going to be involved.
Yeah, I do agree. Staying for the game and not all leaving to go and watch it. With respect to Arsenal, it's a, to a degree, it could be looked at as a dead rubber. You're not making Champions League football. It would make a side, if they get 5, some people said there could be 10,000 people there today. 10,000 people stay, not to watch the game as such, but to protest, make noise, make themselves be heard. That will make an almighty splash. There's no doubt about that at all. Guna Express, thank you for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate that here at the Terrace, buddy. Next up, long term. This is probably the first Arsenal fan the Football Terrace ever had, and I can see him smiling because he knows I'm talking about him. It's a man like Wilson. What you saying, bro?
I'm doing good, Terry. It's been a long time coming. It's been ages.
I know. Give me your thoughts on the protest. What do you hope for Arsenal to gain from this today?
For me, I'm not surprised about these protests. It has been coming. I said this to one of my friends on another YouTube channel. Stan Kroenke has done absolutely nothing. He's not invested one penny, not one penny to Arsenal. And no wonder we're in absolute shambles right now. We're down in 9th or 10th. We shouldn't be 9th or 10th. It's embarrassing. And people can say, oh, Arteta out and all of that. Look what Stan Kroenke's done. He's ruined this club. He's making us a laughing stock. I'm not surprised that these protests are going on because they want what is best for the club. Get the Kroenkes out. Kroenke has to go. That's what Claude always has to say. Seriously, it's embarrassing. Kick him out.
Listen, I hear the passion there. Wilson, thank you very much for coming back on. Long time no speak. We'll speak to you again soon. Yeah, Wilson was the first Arsenal fan that ever started watching football. He was watching when we were solely a Man United channel, so he's been around a long time. Long time. See, by the way, I do care about my viewers. I remembered that. See, anyone goes, oh no, fan channels don't care. I remembered him for all them years ago. Next up, we've got Guna Slurs on the show. What you saying, bro?
Man, I'm fasting and I can't believe I've still got the energy to actually talk about the Kroenkes. This is what they've done to us. They've given us a hype of energy. Yeah, I'm fasting, bro. I'm usually knocked out of sleep. Like someone's put a tranquilizer on me. But I'm here because I want to talk about these Kroenkes, right, and how they need to go. I've been saying it all year long. Yeah, forget the manager. You can put Steve Bruce in management, and we're still not going to compete. You can go get Klopp, Pep, all of these men in, and guess what? We'll still be in the same position we're in today because these men don't care about the club. They're sat in America, sat there thinking that they care. Oh, yeah, we're going to invest big in the summer. Yeah, how many times have you told us this? We've done the protests in America about we care, do you? And what do they turn around and do? Be excited. Do you know when we'll be excited? When you fuck off from this club and you give our club back to us. Yeah, do you know when we'll be excited? When you don't ruin football for us. That's when we'll be excited. That's when you can come out and say, guess what? You know when I told you, be excited? Yes, we sold the club. That's when you can tell us, be excited as fans. You've come in here for 15 years and put zero into the club. And you think you care about the club? When's the last time you turned up? You didn't turn up at cup finals that we struggled to get to. European Cup final, first European Cup final in many years, and they didn't turn up. And they tell us they care. We bleed this club. We are the ones who care, and you didn't even consult with us. This isn't about getting Kroenke out for Arsenal. This is about getting Kroenkes, the Glazers, FSG out for football. And you know what? I'm an Arsenal fan in Manchester, and I'll see you on Saturday, 3 o'clock, because that's how much I care about football first.
Mate, absolute passion there is what we love to see here on the terrace. In terms of keeping the energy, what do you think needs to be done for this energy and for this kind of consistency needed from football fans? What needs to happen?
Do you know one thing I'm going to say to Arsenal fans, right? I will applaud them on one thing. When we have a cause, we'll fight till it dies. Because we hounded our legend out. Papa Ferguson, Papa Wenger, yeah, we hounded the man out. We hounded one of the biggest legends who made our club what it is today. The greatest club that we've ever seen. And we hounded him out. Do you think the Kroenkes have a chance against us? They're lucky man like us can't make it there because of a pandemic. That's the only thing stopping me from going. Otherwise, I'd be at the forefront of their right, fighting for every single person, every single Arsenal fan that's here today and that we've lost during the pandemic. For the people like Claude, for people like, Boominator, we'll be doing it for them because we care. We've cared for so long. They've given us nothing.
Yeah. Mate, listen, bro, I don't want to break in mid-flow. Igal's back with us with some live footage we want to bring to you all right now.
That is looking mad.
There it is. There's no sound coming through, but that's okay. Look at that. The numbers are there. Igal's there. We haven't got any sound right now, but you've got Kroenke out. It's time to go. Igal there with the Gooners. I'm not too sure why there's no sound, but look at that. It's looking epic up there right now.
He's trying to talk to us. He can't hear us, man.
He's trying to talk to us as it stands right now, but you can see that. You can see the energy that's going on there as well. The numbers are going to be, honestly, the numbers are going to be huge there today. You can already sort of see it and feel it.
Yeah, because isn't the official time 6 o'clock on there as well?
Yeah, 6 o'clock is the official time that everyone's meant to be there.
Listen, Gunnar, listen, a great speech there. Great words from yourself there. I could really hear you at each and every single minute of it. And as you say, the pandemic has probably made less people go. Imagine it was actually a match day. You were actually there with fans. I think it would be even bigger. There's no doubt about it at all, buddy. Thank you very much for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate that, my guy. Thank you. Next caller we're having on the show is going to be TJ. What are you saying, TJ?
Hello, everybody on the panel. How you all doing?
Good.
Good.
First of all, listen up, Bottle Ham. That's actually how you do a protest. Get more than 30 people. I just wanted to get that one in there quickly. I was just coming on to say protests like this haven't really happened a lot with Arsenal fans, but I think they would have happened a lot earlier if Wenger wasn't as good as he was and consistently got the good finishes in the top four. If he never got them, I think we would have done more protests. What I hope happens is that the fans that are down at the ground, I hope they stay during the game and block the bus, because that just sends such a big message.
Oops, wrong thing. Sorry, I shared the wrong page there. Sorry, keep going, mate. Sorry, I was sharing something and I hit the wrong button.
Oh, yeah, no, but I was just going to say, if the fans stay during the game and block the bus, that will send such a big message, makes an impact.
No, it does. These are live, more live pictures here coming straight from the ground. You can see the numbers building up already of people there. And I actually have a feeling this is going to be a bigger protest with bigger numbers than that of Chelsea's the other day. And I think
it's already bigger.
Yeah, I think it may be. And I think what's going to stand out massively to Gooners when it comes to this is they've been like Chelsea fans were unhappy with the Super League, but they're happy with their football club in general. Yeah. I feel where Arsenal fans have had 20 years of erosion. That's the way I look at it. It's erosion. It's falling apart. It's not being at the forefront of things. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. TJ, listen, bro, thank you very, very much for coming on and having your say. We really do appreciate that. Jess, how do you feel seeing numbers like that?
I love it. I wish I was there so bad because I was afraid that maybe people wouldn't show up because the Kroenkes had said that they weren't going to sell. And there was a lot of people in the fan base that said that protesting is pointless because Kroenke won't sell. This is a very strong message and they can't ignore this. This is going to have coverage over it. And if we continue to make our voices heard, they won't be able to feel like they have carte blanche to do whatever they want to do. Essentially, because there was no fans in the stands, they thought that they could just sneak around and put us in a Super League and we wouldn't say anything and it would just be fine. But them seeing that this is the response to you guys doing whatever you want without consulting the fans, I think it'll make them think twice and make them try to make better decisions. I'm not saying that it's a foolproof plan, but what I'm saying is that we have to try. If fans don't feel like they have a voice and if they feel like they can't make a difference, then it's all for naught, right? It's just, then why do we even follow the club? Like, we have to feel connected to it. So I think that this is a huge message. I hope more people show up. I'm there with you guys in spirit, and let's just keep going because this is one of many that needs to happen.
Absolutely. We've got Cam with us and Samuel, these guys. Gents, how are you all?
We are here, man. Come on, we're making a statement today, Terry, bruv. We are here, blood. We came in our thousands. It's up to you tomorrow, my guy. All your fans need to do the same, bruv.
Mate, I hear you on that 100%. Man United fans have got to make a big splash tomorrow. Liverpool fans have got to make a big splash. Spurs have got to come back with a vengeance. What's the atmosphere and mood there like, Cam? What's it feel like to be there?
But you know what it is, yeah? It feels like history in the making. I say that not so statement-like, but hopefully it's history in the making. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you on that. And how many people? Do you think are there? Yeah, I can hear that. I can see it. How many people do you think are there right now?
Sorry, I can't hear you. 1 minute. Go on.
How many people do you think are there right now?
I'd say near enough 1,000.
That's pretty decent. And there's still like another.
But you know what it is? It's not even 6
Yeah.
o'clock yet, and that's when obviously it all starts. But it's all there.
Yeah, look, there's loads. Look at that. Look at all them behind you as well, bro. Nah, there's more than 1,000 people there. That's amazing stuff. That really is. Listen, Cam, thank you very much. We'll speak to you again later on, mate.
Come on, Crocky out, man. Glazers out, FSG out, all of them out. Big up,
Hey,
There we go. Top man, Cam. Top man, Cam.
yo,
there.
you know what I want to say? Yeah, seeing
Yeah.
that, that is such a confidence booster for, I think, for Man United fans. They should be able to see this and be like, yo, if they can do this, we can too. And it's not futile. People won't give up. So seeing this, I'm just like, yo, the protest tomorrow, I'm hoping it should be lit because the Chelsea fans started off with their numbers. Arsenal fans have overdone that as well. So hopefully tomorrow, the Man United fans will see in this can get some inspiration and be like, actually, let's all go out there tomorrow and cause a noise and cause a scene and make sure that they know that we do not want them in this club no more.
Yeah, I think that's what absolutely like beyond right in terms of what you're saying. It's that if there was a Man United fan that's like, oh, I was going to go, but maybe I won't. Arsenal, it's how you keep it alive, right? Arsenal fans have done it. Let's have some one-upmanship. And then Man United fans do it. That should spur Liverpool fans on to go one further. And if each game you build and you build and you build, we may not get what we want with the sale of these clubs, but we may get an element of change that is so badly needed. I hope anyway. I hope that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it can't just be, well, if they're not going to sell, then what's the point? There's something in between them selling that we could go for, that we could actually get, you know, and if you don't try, you don't get, you know, so don't think about they're not going to sell, so it's not worth it. Think about the fact that they will think twice before they try to put us in a Super League and destroy football again. You just don't know what will happen. I'd rather try and fail than sit there and say nothing can be done.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. I love the channel, but you talk about our board, but what do you do for it? What do you mean?
Asking Bass is asking what are you going to be doing for the protest? I don't know if it means Arsenal or United or Liverpool, but
that's a good question. And for me, my response is really simple. I will share, I will collect, I will collate, I will get myself. The only reason, and I said this yesterday, that I'm not going to Manchester tomorrow is it's because it's my son's, it's not a big party, but it's my son's first birthday party that's been arranged for weeks. Got family coming over. And with all due respect, I love Man United, but my son's first birthday is, for me, is just slightly more important. There's no doubt about it, but I will be at protest as and when I can. But what I will be doing on a very regular basis is what I've been doing for the last 4 years consistently on social media, is bringing attention to the real root cause problems at these football clubs, and then giving the national and international fan bases an opportunity to sound themselves off. We are now going to use our partnership with Snack and Give Me Sport with their wonderful reach to push this out. I want to bring some sound in from the stadium as well right now. You can really hear the sort of atmosphere and everything that's going on there as well, can't you? It sounds like football again. And be honest with you, I really missed it. So just back to my point, I wanted to bring that because I could see him singing and jumping. That's what I'll be doing here at the Football Terrace, and be doing our part. But equally, what I'm calling for fans to do is what I've been doing for years now: boycotting the products, boycotting the merchandise, boycotting tickets and everything else. So I'm desperate to go to games. I'm desperate to take my 6-year-old boy to his first Manchester United game, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it because it isn't the right thing to do, in my opinion, feeding into them. So that's what I'm going to do personally. Super chat here says Kroenke out from Toronto. We have another one here. What we looking at here? Oh, there was another super chat and I lost it. There it is. KJ's always there ready, man. He knows this show and love the show and no to the Super League. Absolutely. Smoke bombs going off now as well. Bit of red stripe or a beer there. Do you know, that's actually what really intrigues me about this. I'd love to be out there now in the summer with a beer in my hand. It actually would be quite nice. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. We're going to go to some more calls. I want to get more viewers on to have their say and to give their opinions. We've got Conroy coming on now, who is a Liverpool fan. First of all, give me your thoughts on these Arsenal protests so far. Give me your feelings, mate.
It's quite good to see, to be honest. It shows that what happened in the week and the reaction wasn't just spur of the moment, we're going to do it and it gets swept under the carpet. I think like that, as Cage and yourself said, that'll maybe motivate other fans like United to do it. I think Liverpool fans will do it. I know they'd said was that the United-Liverpool game, May the 2nd, was the organised protest they were going for both fans to make quite an impact at that game. So I think even these ones even if tomorrow you get some, maybe not loads. I know you said in the past, Terry, there's been issues with that, but even if that impacts yourselves to get more there, and then from that the Liverpool United game can have quite a big protest there, because I feel like that one will make a massive impact, especially from a Liverpool fan's point of view. The only thing I've got is it's great to see this, because I've been saying throughout the lockdown that obviously Liverpool, we've not been bad for boycotting because we've actually been quite successful in it. We talk about like the 70 quid tickets ones, but to be honest, I've thought it's been difficult when there's no fans in stadiums to really make your feelings heard. So to see this, I think it's really good and it's productive as well, because I feel like we're trying to do it in a kind of conjoined way, all the fans coming together, which we've not really seen in the past. So no, I think it's a good thing, definitely.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And do you think this movement has got legs? Do you think it will continue, or do you worry that it might fade away?
I've got a good feeling about this one. I feel that in the past, a lot of people, social media, it's like, it's great for that day. Let's make a big point of it that day. And then the next day, it's like different. We could go into different topics about that, specifically when it affected UEFA's pocket off within 11 o'clock to 2 in the morning, they had statements ready. But Glenn Kamara gets a free match ban for reporting racist abuse. So, I mean, we could get into that about actual justified action taking place quickly. But to me, I think this has got legs in it. I really do. And I feel like, you mentioned the Liverpool have been good in the past, but I've came in from work tonight and I'm seeing Arsenal fans do that. And Arsenal fans have probably not got they've been quite 50-50 in the past. To see so many doing that tonight, especially actually after, I don't know if you spoke about it yet, about Robbie's comments earlier. Don't know if I get into that later. Thought that was shocking as well. But because of that, I think there's fuel in the fire for Kroenke, and I feel like that will have an effect on Liverpool Man United. So I think this might be the start. I don't want to jump the gun, but I feel like we might be coming together to actually, I think the Super League has had such an effect that so many people have been against it, that people have realised the only way to get things done to change in the Premier League in England is to come together. There can't be like hostility, because I know on social media now there's some Man United fans arguing with each other about if they're going to protest tomorrow. I feel like there has to be more continuity and people just sticking together, because that for the progress of the game.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think I my fear of what might come is back to that comment I got a few moments ago. We're doing this, Terry. What are you going to do? What are these fans going to do? What is this group going to do? As an example, Igal is now back with us again. Everybody, I'm going to go back to Igal here. How you doing, mate?
I don't know if you can hear me, but everyone's going downstairs. It's absolutely over 10,000 fans, guarantee you. I told you these fans cared. They came out. Let's go! I'm telling you, no Mickey Mouse protest. No Mickey Mouse protest. I told you, everyone's coming down as we speak. Everyone's coming down as we speak. This is pure passion. I love this team. Back to you guys.
Yeah. Look
Oh,
at
yo.
that is proper. That is thousands and thousands of people. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. That is some unity there as well, and it's great to see. Igal as well is absolutely
Pumped.
I've never seen a gal like that. Can you imagine if Arsenal have won the Premier League, how mad that man would go? Like it would be amazing.
You won't see him for 3 weeks. He'll
Yeah,
just disappear for 3 weeks.
Now absolutely killing it there. Kroenke is a parasite vampire who bought Arsenal to feed his American projects. He doesn't understand football. Get him out of the club. Hashtag Kroenke out. We're going to add Kesh to the line now to come and have his say with us. Kesh, welcome back to the terrace, mate. What you saying, bro?
I'm getting ready, mate. Literally got home, had a shower, about to head out there. I just drive up there now. What I'm saying. We're going to war.
Bro.
We're going to war.
Get yourself down there, bro, and make sure you're calling in the show and letting us know, brother. Call in, let us know when you get down there. Be safe, and we'll speak to you soon. Have a good time, bro. Enjoy it. Look at that. See the football terrace community. Your fans are all Arsenal fans proper. And do you know what? If it weren't for a pandemic, I'm sure Jess would be there as well. It's actually quite warm. It's like California in London today. You'd absolutely love it. So it's cool. No, it's never like California. We're going to bring Pav on now to have his say of us. Pav, we know Pav is a Man United fan. What do you want to say, mate? Oh, he dropped off just as I put him on there. Who we're going to go to now? Abs is with us. What are you saying, Abs?
Hey, so man, you know how much I don't like Arsenal. I can't stand that club. But today, man, have to pick up the Gooners and pick up everything they're doing, because this has been a long time in the coming. For years and years, when them man were getting into the Champions League, getting spanked by Munich and Barcelona, and these owners were just hiding and weren't doing anything for the club. This is well overdue. This is 7 years overdue, to be honest. This should have happened years ago. This should have happened when Arsene Wenger was still their manager. The Man United fans, you need to do this as well. Make sure you're active tomorrow. Make sure you're onto these Glazers, man, because they've held you for ransom for years. Even when Fergie was still your manager, coming towards the end of his reign, he weren't getting the pro ballers he needed. He weren't being supported properly. He was just trying to make do with what he had, and because Fergie was a genius, he could win. But this gone too far now. These owners have hung out some of the best managers the game's ever seen to dry. Kenny Dalglish at Liverpool, for example. What's his name? Arsene Wenger at Liverpool, Arsenal. So this has been long overdue, and I'm big up to all the gooners who are involved in this.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, mate. Struggling with your signal a little bit, mate. But thank you very much for coming on and having your say, top man. Pav is now back with us again. What are you saying, Pav? Oh, yes, mate. Can now. Yes, mate.
Yeah. My connection dropped off earlier. Obviously, like the great man KJ always says, we love to see it. We love to see what's happening. Every Arsenal fan who's gone there, we're all behind you. We're proud of you for what you're doing. It's better than the shit show that we saw at Tottenham the other day, where you just have people there with their guitars and whatnot. This is what you call a protest. This is how you make your voices heard. This is how you hurt their sponsors. The sponsors aren't going to be happy seeing this. They're gonna be contacting Arsenal. They're going to be having words with them. There was reports that Adidas had words with Man United after what happened the other day, this whole week. I want to just speak on Ray Parlour. That guy, what's happening today, and where you go on a well-known talk shows to maybe like help people to go to the protest, you're out there attacking fan channels, not just AFTV. You're attacking everyone. Like, you don't talk about the good stuff they do, the charity work the fan channels do. You just want to sit there, lie about, you're there for clicks and views, blah blah blah. Your company's doing the same thing, bruv. Like, you're a disgrace, man. Like when people say you never meet your heroes. This guy, bruv, I think he's lost a lot of respect to people, and he's smart. The only reason he's done that to Robbie today, he knows that AFTV are going to be there. He wants to try and get people to turn on him at the protest instead of protesting for the right reasons. That guy's a scumbag, bruv. Pagan. What a twat, man. What an absolute twat.
No, listen, I hear you completely with that. There was no reason today. We are struggling with the signal feed coming in. Look at the numbers there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the numbers there.
That's thousands there, man.
Thousands and thousands of people there, struggling with a bit of a connection there. But look at the smoke bombs. Look at the banners. Look at the people fighting for their football clubs out there. it's really a sight to see. And I want to see more of this now in football. I want to see this fight continue to get good ownership. I want to see this fight continue when we're talking about bigotry, when we're talking about racism, when we're talking about all matters that impact the game of football. We need to see more of this. Clearly, signals are difficult coming through. We're going to try and get a bit of sound in if possible. I don't know if it is going to be possible to get the sound in, but we will try in a few moments. But the signal's not particularly great from the Emirates. They need to get some Wi-Fi. Look at the smoke. Look at it. Absolutely, look at it right now. It's actually a kind of amazing to see, especially as people have been locked up for nearly a year and they're coming together. I mean, are they even going to look at it? It's you never see crowds like on a match day all together, huddling in groups. It's colossal. It really, really is. It really, really is. Pav, thank you very much for coming on, having your say, mate. Really appreciate it. Top man. Look at that. I mean, how many people there, KJ, do you think you can see?
Oh, bro, do I look like a superhero? I ain't got super sight, fam. There's so many, fam. There's a ridiculous amount of numbers there. Like, you know what? I remember Igal earlier today saying that the tens of thousands will show up and protest, and I was a bit like, yo, 10,000, that's a bit mad. I wouldn't be surprised if there was 10,000 plus there right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so many people. And you know what I just popped into my head, like, when Igal said that. That's basically not even that's an eighth of their stadium. Yeah. The Emirates get 80,000 a week, around that number, or just below it. Sorry. Are you telling me that there can't be 10,000 people there? The stadium can fit them in there. So 10,000 is there. Clearly 10,000.
Absolutely. It's just we're gonna get some of the sound in. Wow. I say we're still getting a bit of signal issues getting the feed through. But listen to that. That is mad. The sound, the noise, the passion there. I mean, there's so many thousands of people that have got to be there. It's unbelievable. We're going to try and get the sound and the picture back through for you very
60,000. Sorry, Arsenal fans. I don't pay attention to how many seats you have. 60,000. Just for sitting there smiling while I said that. 60,000.
The numbers are absolutely immense. There's no doubt. Igal is back with us again now. If he's got sound on, this is going to be amazing. By the way, nearly 4,000 people watching. Hit that like button right now. Let's get this trending, because you know what? There are so many thousands of fans around the world that can't be there, that want to experience this, that want to know what's going on. Igal is with us.
Sorry.
We want our Arsenal back. 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 We want our Arsenal back.
Is that Turkish?
I look like Turkish there, yeah.
That look like Turkish right there.
The message is clear for everyone to see what we are doing.
Look at that. They're taking over. Gooners are taking over. There's obviously so many people. The signal's going. Samuel's with us. Samuel's with us as well now. He's stayed away. He's a bit scared. What's it like, Samuel? What's it like there? He's a little bit further back there, as you can see. He's a little bit further back. Do you know what's crazy? You notice that when they phoned in earlier, the signals were working perfectly. Now there's all those people, it isn't. Here's some other footage, as you can see. Igal's in the middle of all that. We hate Tottenham. They are there in abundance. They are there. They are noisy. They are loud. Samuel's here again. Don't know if the signal.
Yo, Jess, you need to be noting down these chants because I know your American chants, they're a bit weak and that, you know what I'm saying? So write down the
We're
chants.
supposed to be unified right now. I don't know why you're coming for me and why you're coming for my neck right now. You don't need, save your energy for the Glazers tomorrow. Don't come for me today.
There we go. Just laying it down there. They're going for it. They're
I have
going for it.
goosebumps, you guys. Like, I have chills. Like, that's insane. I did not think that many people would be there, but fair play. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I know. Look at the numbers, as we say. Look at the numbers. Look at them chanting, singing, having their say. Just making themselves be heard. Reports: Igal was heard shouting. Journalists. Listen, Igal's doing his thing. We love Igal here at the Football Terrace 110, and I know you all love him as well. Absolutely mad scenes as it stands right now. When you look at that, it's so many people. Like, everyone was questioning how many would be there. And like Kesh won't be there now. He's only 5 minutes down the road. I think by the time it's 6:05 now, I think by the time we get to maybe 7 o'clock, I think you're going to see double the number of that. Because what will now happen, people are going to see this. Here come the old Bill. The old Bill has turned up. They're not going to get him down. What's going to happen is people are going to see it and they're going to turn up as well. Like with the Tottenham one, I felt sorry for him because people would see it and go, what's the point? What's the point if no one's here? With those kind of numbers,
Wait, is that a bag? Was that a person?
That was a person.
That was a person.
He looked like he landed face. He looked like he landed face first. Be careful.
Yo, be careful. You see all of them trying to get down now. Flipping out.
They need to be careful.
They need to not jump down. Yeah, the guy jumped, but what happened is his legs kind of went underneath him. He landed on his face. Yeah, be very careful out there. Be very careful out there. Samuel's here. He might have just seen it. Now he's moved.
Nah, he didn't see that. He didn't see that.
There's Samuel.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Do you know what's mad?
No.
This is how bad the signal is out there right now. Everyone's phones have gone back to 2004 with like 3G, and it's like just clanky. Like no one's signal's working at all. But the Gooners are making lots of noise out there as well right now, as we can all see.
Someone's had a terrible injury here at the Emirates. Poor lad is
Somebody was just saying that the person that did jump off of that thing had a terrible injury. So
yeah, you're picking up the police walkie-talkie there. You heard that?
Yeah, you heard someone say it. But we saw it live. He just landed face first after jumping off. That's why you do need to be careful, especially when getting down. Hopefully, he's going to be okay in relation to that. We're going to go to some more calls. We'll get Samuel back on a little bit later. Jess, actually, before we do the calls, I want to ask you. Oh, hang on. Oops. I left the sound part on. From your point of view, you heard those comments today from TalkSport in the Premier over here, sort of having a pop at AFTV. What's your thoughts when you hear mainstream media outlets having a go at fan channels and fan content?
Jealousy is a nasty disease, and get well from it.
True. True.
It's just jealousy to me. Like, that's all it looked like, because you guys do literally the exact same thing. It's a little bit different because you're not a specific fan channel, but what you do is you clip up like viral clips and put them out there with people speaking like it's just total BS. So for him to say that that's what AFTV does in order to make money in a time where we need everybody to be unified talking about the Kroenkes, and he wanted to detract from that and make it AFTV's issue, really showed him in a bad light, especially because that's exactly what they do. I feel really bad for Robbie. He looked like he was ambushed. It didn't look good, and he looked dejected a little bit, but he kind of rebounded and got his message out there, and I feel bad for him.
Sorry, Jay, I think we've got Mo. How you doing, Mo? How are you?
I can't. Oh, there we go.
We can hear you. We've got Mo here from AFTV. How's it going, bro?
People making the point that there was no game tonight that we can go and see. These are people coming here specifically for this, at short notice, taking the effort with
banners, whatever they can come up with, people writing on bed sheets, whatever it is. I really, really rate what Arsenal fans have done today. You know, there's a little bit of stuff going on that shouldn't be going on. That's always going to happen, but largely it's fine. I've just seen some police, they're chilling and not really.
No, it got off.
Signal dropped off there. It's so hard. I mean, when you go to football games anyway, it's very, very difficult. Yeah, as he was reporting there, the police are there. They are attending to the young man that fell, who's there. As you can see, they've cleared it a little bit. I implore, if any Arsenal fans are seeing this, just cheer and chant. Don't climb up lampposts. Don't climb on cars. Keep it as relaxed as you can, because you don't want to end up hurting yourself today. You've all got families to get home to keep yourselves as safe as possible out there. But Mo, thank you for coming on and having your say. We're going to share the link for people to dial in now and have their say. We're going to put it in the live comment section. So if you're a Gooner or if you're a football fan in general, please come on, have your say. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what you're feeling as well. Sorry to cut in when we were talking there, Jess, as well. Ray Parler is bang out of order. All Gooner channels, whether they agree with each other or not, love the badge. They do it for us. Gooner till I die. And that's the absolute spot on point there that needs to always be focused on. But look at this. This is fans in unison, right? Like they've made a gateway now. There's a pathway to get this young man who's had a horrible accident to get him the help that he needs. See, it isn't. The media are going to probably try and twist this. The media are going to probably try and twist this into, fans getting rowdy, drunk, out of control, or so-called fans might be mentioned and all that nonsense. As you can see here, none of that is what's going on. The fans are there protesting. They're helping each other. They're supporting each other. And you can just see it with that image we had just there. We're going to go to some more calls. We're going to get – who are we going to get on the line here? We're going to get Matt on the line. What you saying, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm just watching it right now on YouTube. Not Silver Terrace, but the actual protests. We need big crowds tomorrow at Old Trafford, and on Sunday next week against Liverpool. I'm going to the Sunday one against Liverpool because I can't make it tomorrow. But yeah, we've got to make big crowds. We've got to make our voices heard. These pagans got to go.
Come on now.
He's pagan. Everyone's using KJ's pagan word now all the time. I love it, Matt. No, you're right. Man United fans have got to step up tomorrow. They've got to do their part. They've got to ensure that they are there in these same kind of numbers. And absolutely. And whether you're at this one or you can be at the next one, you've got if you're physically able to get to one, you need look at that there. Look at that there. It's every single element. There is tens and tens of thousands of fans there now. Together. Right. He will. I'm sure he will be. I think he just banged his head. They're getting the ambulance over as it stands.
You see how they've cleared the path as well. You see how they've cleared the path and they've kept it. Or listen, I don't want to hear no rowdy, fans are fighting each other. See, football fans don't care about each other. They've made the path.
That's the paramedics coming down the now. That's the paramedics coming down the now to see that person.
They've made it clear.
Absolutely. But in terms of the numbers that have turned up there for their club, that they should be very, very proud of what they're out there doing right now, what they're out there saying as well. No doubt about it whatsoever. Matthew, thank you for coming on and having your say. Next up on the show, we've got Daniel, who we've had on the show many bits. Zoom in there, some Gooners, young Gooners there. Interesting sign as well. Interesting sign. Straight to the point with that sign there. We're going to get Daniel on the line with us now. Daniel, what you saying, buddy?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah, very, very well. Give me your thoughts as a Gooner, seeing your fellow fans out there protesting and fighting and standing up for your club.
I'm really proud of the fans. I didn't know it would be a bit massive turnout. I'm really upset that I can't go, but it's a bit difficult because of transport and I'm high risk of COVID and I've got mock exams on Monday. So it's a bit difficult, but I'm really proud. But this has to be the start. Like you said, unfollow the social media accounts, go to these protests more often, but the next step is to hurt their pockets. So what I'm doing now, unfortunately, I can't do what I can do right now, but what I can do, I'm not buying no more merchandise. I haven't done, but I'm not buying no merchandises, no more, no tickets, no subscriptions, no memberships, no products and anything from Arsenal store, no income at all going into Arsenal's products. I'm going to stop going to Adidas and I'm going to go to Nike instead. Just hurt them so much with the revenue.
I hear you on that, bro. I really do. Daniel, thank you for calling in
Cheers,
and having
man.
mate. Top man. Next up, we've got a Norwegian gunner on the line here. That's his name. What you saying, bro?
Hey, first time on here. I was thinking about the demonstration, and I really like it. So I hope it can continue on, like, for more and more weeks too, not only for like 1 week, as you said earlier.
Yeah, hopefully this can, and I think I get a sense it will. Hopefully this gives. Well, one thing we're lucky about right now is we're moving into nicer weather, because the one problem with protesting in the UK is there are some days where it is nasty out there and it is hard to protest. So we're moving into nicer weather. There's a handful of games, but the energy's got to stay through the summer. Some of these clubs may sign some big players. Some of these clubs may sign some stars that make us excited. The energy has to remain. The energy has to remain to push back. The energy has to remain to ensure we keep this energy going forward. If it doesn't and it dissipates, then we will be back to square one. Bro, thank you for calling in and having your say. We really appreciate it.
I'm off as well. Big up to all the Arsenal fans out there. Yo, Jess, you should be proud of your fan base. Keep doing what you're doing. And Convoy, Terry, me included, let's help us support the Man United fans and Liverpool fans with their protests coming up. And as we like to say, burn the pagans, fam. Let's get them gone, man. They're a disgrace. All right, everyone.
Take care, mate. All the best, buddy. See you later on. We're gonna do some more calls here again. Ray's on the line here. Ray, what you saying, bro?
Oh, I'm happy to see that. That's what I said the other day, Terry. We need to go there and put pressure on them, and don't stop until they quit or they sell or they get out of our clubs, because the only thing they do, they're like a fest. You can smell the shitness that they have brought into the game for many years, and I think us fans, we got tired of this. I think this Super League was the last straw, the last point. We couldn't handle no more. If that Super League came in, it would have ruined our game. It would have ruined the game totally. I'm just happy seeing that from Arsenal fans, and I hope tomorrow Manchester United fans take notes of this. We need to go there and do it even bigger. We need to put more pressure. And all the clubs that, if you from a club and you hate your fucking owners, go and make the pressure. If I would love to be there, and I would go. And I'm a COVID high risk, even COVID high risk, I would go there if I was in Manchester right now, because it's not about Arsenal. It's not about Chelsea. It's not about Manchester United. It's not about the badge right now. It's not about the badge. It's about the game we love. The game we love is at risk today, and we need to fight for it.
Mate, I hear you wholeheartedly on that. Ray, thank you for coming on, expressing yourself today, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Can I ask you a question, Jess? Mm-hmm. Is your head even thought about the game that kicks off in 90 minutes' time? Have you even thought about the actual football in sort of the build-up to this?
No, not really. I was saying before that I was getting excited about just melting down over the lineup again, after the whole Super League thing. But obviously the protesting is going to take a lot of our minds, and if we're able to hear them when Arsenal's actually playing, I think it's going to mean that there's going to be some coverage on it. I think that's the most important thing. It's still important for us to support our boys and make sure that they know that we're behind them, and it's not about them, it's about the Cronkies. I think that was a tough thing for me to watch, that some of the Arsenal fans were turning their attention to the players. It's not about them, and we still need to support them. They have a really big game coming up next week against Villarreal, so we do need to make sure we prioritize and compartmentalize, the players and what they need to do versus the protests. But if we can hear them, outside of the Emirates when the game is playing, I think that's going to be a really, really powerful message. And I kind of hope that we can hear them, so that the commentators have to say something about it. Because the more coverage it gets, the worse it is for Cronkies and the brand that is Arsenal, So.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think you're right there, Jess. What we've seen in the last few days is a number of sponsors say that they're considering pulling. Some have pulled. So I know that Liverpool's watch sponsor pulled away. As an example, a number of sponsors have supposedly reached out to the football clubs and said we're considering looking to walk away, because they brands connect with certain sports clubs and sports stars because of what that brand says, how their brands complement each other. Like everyone knows that, basic marketing 101. And if enough people turn against a football club or a said sports person, brands don't want to be involved. I think if this amount of fans got together and did mass boycotts, so a sort of like if once a week, every Tuesday, it was a different Arsenal sponsor that every Arsenal fan went online, every football fan went online and like ridicule, boycott. Who's your shirts? Boycott the Emirates or boycott your car sponsor. I think it would resonate so much with these corporates that they would be the ones knocking on the doors. They would be the ones saying to Arsenal Football Club, "Hang on, you've got to change something. If you don't change something, you are going to lose the money and the sponsorship that you want, that you need from us. We're going to take it away because we're not getting from you what it is that we need." I think that's a really important area to focus on there. Because see those numbers, look at them up the stairs. Look at them on the sort of the concourse up there as well, up by the statue where those flags are. It's not too far away from the Thierry Henry statue as well. Crowds are just getting bigger. You can see the roads getting blocked now. I bet the local businesses are absolutely buzzing after 12 months being almost quiet in those areas as well. Look at the numbers at the Emirates Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal fans have stood up today. They are making themselves heard. It's 6:20. So they're only 20 minutes into this protest. The game kicks off in an hour and 40 minutes time from here. Come on and have your say on the football terrace. Get your super chats into us as well. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what you're feeling. We want to know what's going on with you in relation to this, how you think and feel about it. There's nowhere for these owners to hide anymore. There's none.
Can I say something really quick? Just because I'm seeing just some things online that I think just need to kind of be addressed a little bit. This is just the beginning. And the biggest thing is that Arsenal fans are now engaged and interested in making a change in the club. So whether you think that this is the right way to go about it, or if you think that there's actually a chance for change to be, don't ridicule or criticize the people that are out there right now in the middle of a pandemic, shouting at the top of their lungs, trying to make change. If you have other ideas of how this could be more, can be a better protest, or we can try to ignite change a different way, speak up and talk to the supporters groups, the people that go out on a limb to try to make these things happen. But don't criticize the people that are out there and say that they're not doing it the right way if you're sitting at home doing nothing. It's not conducive to us working together. So again, if you have different ideas, or maybe how to make these things happen, or you just want to give your point of view, do it in a way that's respectful without criticizing people that are actually out there risking their health trying to make a change for Arsenal. So I just wanted to say that really quick.
No, I listen, absolutely brilliant words there. It's everyone has a different view on how to make change, and you may not agree with protesting. I think protesting I look at protesting as being the first step. You then need to make a tangible action. Pull your money away. Don't renew season tickets. The next lot of shirts that come out, don't buy them. All these types of things. Boycott and unfollow sponsors. Make a point of it. If these things are done, then these protests that we have pictures of right now will be able to mean something. If that makes it, all these people out there giving up time with friends and with family, taking days off work and all sorts to be there for this, don't let it be in vain. Don't let it be in vain. Let them go out. Don't let it be in vain. Don't let them go out there and do this for nothing. Stand up and do what you want to do as well. But if everyone's out there doing the various things, boycotting, protest, Twitter campaigns, whatever it may be, change can happen. But in my very humble opinion, the only way we're actually going to get these owners to walk away is by damaging their pockets. But this is a great start. I think Agal's trying to come back through to us again now, live from the Emirates. I knew he'd be right where that sign was. That sign we saw. I can see where he's standing right now as well. Signal ain't great. But we appreciate this, Gal. Thank you, sir, for the movement there. These pictures see it there, the movement, the pictures, the fans jumping up and down, giving it, absolutely giving it, doing their thing. Wow, look at that. It's definitely, they're making an impact there. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. We've got Hillary coming on now. Hillary's an Arsenal fan, I believe. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you, Terry?
I'm very, very well. What would you like to say?
Well, I'd like to say, even though I can't be at the protest because I just came back from school, I just like to, with all the Arsenal fans, I just feel like they're like building up a voice, because I think the protest started when the later stages of Arsene Wenger started and we started to go down and everyone started to see the problems with Kroenke and Vinay. But now, as we won the FA Cup and started to demise down in the Premier League, I can see that everyone's focusing on Arteta. But we really needed to focus on Stan Kroenke, because Stan Kroenke, even though he bought Gabriel and he brought in Partey, that wasn't enough. We needed Aouar, we needed another defender, and I felt like we needed another option in the striking, but he didn't get that. So I was always pushing it on Kroenke, and even though I can't be at the protests, I'm still like, I really want to be there because it's just an amazing experience. And yeah.
No, of course. I mean, how do you feel as an Arsenal fan seeing so many turn up today and protest for your football club?
Well, we're in the midst of a pandemic right now, and to see like so many fans care about the club, risking their health, risking being time at home with their families. They could be at their jobs right now earning money, but they've chosen to go to the protest because they love their club. They love their club. And that's a simple thing. Kroenke out. Kroenke out. He hasn't done anything. Since the minute he took full ownership of Arsenal, he hasn't done anything for this club.
Absolutely. Listen, Hillary, absolutely great words there. Very smart young lady. Keep doing your thing.
Terry, can I add one thing?
Take care of yourself. We have grown people coming here, and that young lady spoke more sense than we've had from many people when they come on. Absolutely, you could almost see in her that element of, I really want to be there, though. I really wish I was there doing my thing. We have a super chat here that says, super proud of the Arsenal fans today, and we need to keep this going. Arsenal fan from South Africa, thank you for this, Football Terrorist. Not a problem. That's what I said, what we're here for. We're here to keep as many people informed as possible from all around the world as best we can as a football fan channel. Look, you can still see more smoke bombs going off. That's definitely better than flares. Numbers still growing outside the Emirates Stadium. We've got Brandon on with us now. What are you saying, Brandon?
Oh, mate, mixed feelings at the moment, because I was supposed to be there, but due to work commitments, I've had to give it a miss. But proud as well, proud of the fans of the football club. Tottenham fans, if you're listening, that's how you do a protest. Not throwing any shade or anything, but that's how you do a protest. Will it be enough? I don't think so. I think you're going to have to, give up buying merchandise, season tickets, all of this, that, and the other. I don't think Stan Kroenke's listening. He hasn't listened to the fans for many, many, many years. And yeah, we turned up in our numbers today, but we're going to have to continue doing that. It's all right doing it today, but can we do it on a continuous basis? That's going to be the question. So we'll see, I suppose.
Yeah, that is the question there. As you can see, look, this footage here coming in live from the Emirates Stadium there. Just the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But hopefully, you see the sense of, you can almost see like the sense of euphoria there from people. Like, am I happy to be here? The hope is that kind of is the trigger. The hope is that's I want to feel this again. I feel like I've done something, and it's tangible. And hopefully these things can continue. Brandon, appreciate you coming on, mate, and having you say, go on, mate, go on.
It's just a shame, isn't it? It's just a shame that Claude couldn't be there. He's probably screaming from the heavens now. It's time to go.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's taking a knee. I want to go this very, very quickly. I'm not too sure what is going on exactly. But everyone just started taking the signal goes just as we need it to remain here. But it looks like everybody was about to take it. They were taking a knee for something or other. I'm not too sure what that was for. It does seem to have dropped offline. The feed that's coming through, we will go back to that soon. But Brandon, thank you very much for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really do appreciate that massively. Thank you. Yes, a massive RIP to Heavy D and Claude, two friends of the Football Terrace that have been on here a number of times that we've worked with and been around. Yeah, we can see the footage now. Yeah, everyone just started taking a knee. I'm not too sure if they still are. The feed's cutting in and out a little bit, but it's crazy scenes there right now. If you can hear that. Police are coming. As you can see there, police on their way in their numbers. Be interesting to see whether the police try and disband the groups in the coming moments. We will see. We've got Patrice on the line with us now. Patrice is a gooner. What you saying, brother?
Hi guys, how you doing? Yeah, getting for a long time. I'm so disappointed that I couldn't go. I had to come from like Gatwick Airport, and it would have been too late for me to get there. But I'm so proud of the fans. I'm so proud of the fans that turned up there. I would have gone there myself. I wish that like this. Oh my God, this Kroenke, man. He's getting on my freaking nerves. Like he's never backed the club. Like he's always doing the bare minimum, and he just needs to go. He needs to go. Him, the board. He needs someone to come in just to like back the club, really. Yeah.
I hear you, mate. I hear you. Do you think these protests are going to work?
I hope so. I really hope so. But we need more. Just like other fans have said, we need to stop buying the merchandise. We need to stop like subscribing to their subscriptions, all of that stuff. Like, but this is a start. This is a start, and I just hope we can do more. I hope the government can back us. Maybe implement the 50+1 shareholders with the fans. But yeah, this is only a start, and hopefully we get something along the way.
See on that, mate. See with the season tickets, this is the one thing because I'm a Liverpool fan. We've been speaking about that a lot. See that the biggest problem we've got is Arsenal. I've always found it baffling. I know it's the lifestyle because it's London, but the fact that Arsenal fans pay the most for a season ticket is ridiculous in itself. Paying that much for mediocrity is ridiculous, especially in the last couple of seasons. You built this dream about the Emirates. But my thing was, I know they said it about Man United, but Liverpool is if you all boycott, that there'll be millions or thousands of people who take those season ticket, because I know there's more of a corporate feel at Arsenal. So that's my only worry from the season ticket thing. But see, as Terry says, if you make such an effort to boycott sponsorship brands, that it's going to affect them, that then it's affecting the Kroenkes internally, I think it's your best bet. But as I say, this could be the basis or the starting block that gets more people involved and more people to back it. Because if you make it that much of an annoyance, eventually they'll just leave. But it's getting to that stage.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think that the owners of our clubs have underestimated how much our international fans love the English game as well. It's the reason that the majority of international fans pick the Premier League. And we know that they pick that because our TV viewing figures internationally dwarf everybody else's. So it isn't even an argument. Or whenever I hear that, La Liga's better, I'm like, I don't care what you think. More people around the world watch us. Thus, we're better.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's true. Like, I've once upon a time, people argue over their favorite singers. My favorite singer versus your favorite singer. My view is, well, how many albums your guy sold? 10 million. How many is yours sold? 130 million. That's it. End of. I don't.
No, it's true.
Your preference is irrelevant to facts in life, and I think this has become an issue with modern day society where people think their preference or opinion is a fact, and it isn't. And the English Premier League is strong, but what our owners did is they thought, do you know what? If diehard fans don't want to be here, tourist fans will come in and buy these tickets. But the tourist fans love it, partly for that local, authentic feel, the way the fans sing and chant and the traditions. If you started having tailgate parties before Premier League football matches, Americans wouldn't like that because that isn't what our game's about. The same as if I went to the States and I went to an American football game and there ain't like a college and there ain't no tailgate party, I'm gutted. I'm going there for the culture and what it's about. And you can't break that. And I think they've missed, again, they're not close enough to their business. They don't understand their fans in any country. And we can get them out here if we keep pushing hard.
But the thing is, the thing about that is that especially with British sport, British culture, like it's all embedded. Like there's so many things to like the teams. Well, local people relating to their teams. Like we've gone through so much history. And like for me as an Arsenal fan, like I've gone through so much, like especially like through the Invincibles and like from 1998 when Arsene Wenger came, like and he took over the club, like put it up to where it was. I fell in love with the club through him, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry, Vieira. They were like they made me feel like I was part of Arsenal, and I love a part of it.
Yeah.
About that. So
absolutely. I've got, sorry to interrupt you. I've got some breaking news here. It's not Arsenal related. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted, Ibrahima Konate to Liverpool. Here we go soon. The deal is set to be completed. Personal terms agreed on a 5-year contract. Arsenal will pay the release clause in the next few days, £35 million in order to finalise the deal. But my point is this, good signing potentially. But Liverpool fans, do not enable this to overshadow FSG out. We kind of knew this deal was going through. The guy did a medical 2 months ago. We reported that here on the Football Terrace. But Konate to Liverpool is practically a done deal. Liverpool fans, you are going to sign him. He is going to be your player. Oz here says, reality check, Josh Kroenke's mum is the heiress of Walmart. Josh will be worth over 100 billion in 10 years. Kroenkes will never leave. They are rich. It's a really good point, but that it's not just about them making money. It's about it being comfortable for them. It's about the pressure being put on them. They still want to use Arsenal as an asset. It's an asset that's worth, what, £3 billion? It's a lot of money. Now, Josh Kroenke being worth 100 billion in 10 years, you do realize that's not actually 100 billion actual pounds in your actual bank account. A lot of that is tied up in the valuation of Walmart. So for that money to actually exist in his bank account, sir, he'd have to sell the whole of Walmart. He isn't going to do that. You've got to understand the difference between cash rich and asset rich. And that's an asset that he's got, as opposed to having all that money. By the way, he's very rich. He's very, very rich. I'm not denying he ain't rich, but he won't have 100 billion. And people say that about like Jeff Bezos. They go, look how much money he's got. A lot of that's the value of like Amazon. Like he could give everyone in the world £1 million. He can't. The money isn't sitting there in his bank account or under his bed. But thank you very much for that comment. Listen, bro, Patrice, thank you for coming on, having your say, mate. Really appreciate it, my brother. Take care. Igal's back with us again from the stadium. Is he back up there again?
No, I think he's on low level.
There we go. Igal there, masked up, doing his thing. It's the best Igal's ever looked. I did joking, my bro. Can't really hear you. The signal, the Emirates has literally killed everybody's signal out there. Out here. Yes. Oh, his signal is absolutely awful. Will Liverpool fans listen to Klopp to not turn on FSG? That's a good question for you there, Conroy. Klopp has said there's got to be unity. Do you think there will be?
It's surprising. Like Terry, I thought months ago, I thought it was like, 70-30 for FSG out, or at least, one, as that person said earlier, the final straw. So I was fully expecting the Super League to be that's it. But yet again, I'm still shocked they've released a basic apology. I'm sure it's well written. They'll all be well written. But let's be honest, it's probably not sincere. And even if it is, FSG have made about 6 or 7 mistakes, and it's just like I'm still surprised the amount of Liverpool fans who will not turn and say, "No, they've apologised. It's fine." For me, I see with other fans, I feel like Arsenal had a great display today. With us, I don't know, because I always assume they think like me, the rest of the fans, but I do think it's quite split, and I thought that would have pushed it. I do think this summer, Terry, as I've told you in the past, even though the Super League things caused a lot of controversy, I think this summer the signings will dictate that. However, I'm not saying they won't dictate it for me. I don't want FSG in, but I do think there'll be some fans who say if Liverpool, we're not going to sign Mbappe, or a Haaland, but even if we sign, you get Konate and you get a striker in and maybe get another winger, or maybe a Cam, I feel like that'll do for a lot of Liverpool fans, or it'll do for at least some that will reduce the chance of us getting FSG out. I spoke to someone earlier actually, I know it's off topic, but see for the amount of times that people have came on and complained about Roman Abramovich, and I'm not talking about practices or how they get their money or anything like that, but just in the way of how he ran the club, I actually find it quite. You can't really complain about the way Chelsea's been ran, because it's been successful. It's been very successful. If teams had owners half that interested in wanting the team to win, I feel like a lot more fans would be settled. But I just can't. I think the summer will dictate that, Terry. If the Liverpool have a good summer, I feel like a lot of fans won't push that as much as I thought they would after the Super League. But I can't see it if they have a good summer.
No, I do hear you on that, bro. I do hear you on that. It's going to be, it's just one of those things. Everyone wants these things to happen, but it's just difficult. It's just difficult to know whether it will. Oz says Kroenke bought a ranch for 750 million in cash. They own Kroenke Sports Entertainment with multiple other teams. They've never sold a team. Listen, I hear you. It's going to be hard, but they make money out of these teams. The point is, if you stop the money coming in, do you know what wealthy people do? They cut ties with businesses that don't make them money. Like people, I'm not a fan of your former president, Donald Trump, but there was something I remember where they were saying he's actually a bad businessman. Look how many businesses have failed. I remember laughing, thinking, are you all that dumb? Like every businessman, no matter how rich, has a new venture that doesn't work, and they often don't pump a lot of their own money into it. They take investors from elsewhere, and instead they don't have to pay anyone back, they bankrupt the damn thing. And it's a technique, and it's sort of like that's what the Kroenkes will do. Is like they have something that isn't making them any money. It's like, well, we don't really want it. We'll sell it as opposed to bankrupting it, because you wouldn't want to bankrupt Arsenal, then it's worth nothing. It's just learn a little bit how business kind of works on a real level. That would be my view here. We've got Neeks is with us here. Neeks, what are you saying, bro?
Terry down here at the Emirates. Listen, I can't make it to the one in Manchester tomorrow, so we have to support the movement. On the field, listen, I don't care. I want Arsenal to lose all the time. But off the field, listen, I grew up in the 90s. Arsenal, Man United, the two biggest clubs in the Premier League era. Liverpool, fourth, second biggest in England. And all three of our clubs are being ruined by these owners. Now, as I said, I don't care what happens on the field when it comes to Arsenal. Off the field, they should be run like the club they deserve to be. It's an absolute disgrace that these people think they can come here and just leech and take from these clubs. So much so that it results in them trying to do basically take over football, do what they want in with the European Super League in the last week. And for me, that has to be the final straw. There comes a point where fans across the country have to unite for the good of football. It's not about tribalism right now. It's for the good of football. And for one, off the field, Kroenke has to go. They have to sell up, and Arsenal need to return to being one of the giants of this Premier League, because it's absolutely disgrace that's going on.
What is the atmosphere like down there from your point of view?
It's popping. It's popping. You can feel the energy. You can feel the passion that the Arsenal fans have, obviously, for their club. It's not just they're here on a day out. This is a real passion they have for their club. And let's be honest, this has been going on for well over a decade. A lot of these fans haven't even seen real success. And there's some who have seen success, who've grown up on success. And the club has just gone down and down as the years have gone by. I mean, someone said earlier that, when Wenger was here, it was easier to get by because he was kind of doing the bare minimum just to keep the fans off the backs of the club. Well, Wenger's gone. The time has come. And I hope that what we saw at Chelsea, hopefully what we see in Manchester tomorrow, can be, I want to say the start of something, but the culmination of years and years of protests and petitions and boycotts, etc., against these clubs. I think, listen, I'm going to see if I can hook up with Igal and them, man, but I'm here to support Arsenal today. I'm here to support Arsenal.
Mate, do you know what? I make you absolutely right. I think it is absolutely categorically imperative, absolutely imperative that football fans come together in these moments, because we're going through the same thing Arsenal have gone through. We might be slightly higher up the league, but in the cold light of day, we're a couple of bad signings and another bad manager away from being where Arsenal are. It's important that everybody. Is that from you?
That must be your gal, but it's around the corner. It's up there.
That noise just came in, and that's bigger and stronger and louder.
Surround sound there. It came.
Not too sure where that came from. Like that's very strong. That sound, but that's quality. Out of nowhere, your sound levels increase naturally. But yeah, as fans, we all need to come together. We need to fight for one another in these circumstances, because football's such a big part of our lives, but not just us here in the UK, but all around the world. And we need to be run properly. Every now and then that sounded. Look at that. Look at the numbers there as well. There's these pictures here that we have.
There's thousands.
Look at the numbers here. Look at the amount of people here. Absolutely astronomical. More people climbing up into that balcony. I would implore them not to do that. But I mean, how many people do you think are there, Neeks? How many people would you say are there?
Easily 5,000. Easily. And I'm just at the front. There's going to be fans around the other side. There's going to be fans in terms of the other side of the stadium, but also on the ground. If you look right up there, there's fans all the way up there. Like I can't, as far as your eyes can see, there's at least 5,000. But I'm thinking more. At least.
Wow, yeah, it's absolutely it's such a turnout for them, and I think since we've been live since 5 o'clock, what I've kind of noticed.
Telling me, hold on.
I'm on the terrace. Here with the
terrace. I've just been on there.
Yeah, I see.
What are you saying, Cam? What are you saying?
I've got the headphones in. Can't hear you.
Okay. Is it? I need to ask you this, Nick. Is it weird seeing people? Is it weird seeing Cams face to face for the first time?
First time I've seen him. I want to see a gal. Where's the gal? When I catch it, it's
I want to see the meeting of Igal and Nick. I want to see the meeting.
We'll make sure we get a picture.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come on the video when I find a gal.
All right, mate. No problem at all. All right, mate. I'll see you in a bit. I see you in a bit. I'm not even sure where that sound is coming from. I have no idea where that sound is coming from, but it's coming through.
Terry, I gotta go.
Okay, not a problem. I'm actually not sure where that sound is coming from right now. Everything else I've got is muted, and yet that sound is still coming through. And I'm thinking, I don't get the sound. I'm trying to work out where the sound, and it's still there, and I don't know where it's coming from. I had no idea where that's coming from at all. Every time I open, it's still there. It definitely ain't me. I have got no windows open. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm so confused.
I don't think there's a protest outside my window. I don't think.
Having your say, really appreciate that. You take care.
All right, bye, guys.
Take care. Bye. I can't. It's still there, the sound. Conroy, I'm going to mute you for a second, Conroy. Hang on. That's not you. I don't know where the sound's coming from. It's actually freaking me out. It's freaking me out. I don't understand.
You got another window open.
It's not you. I don't know where it's coming from. I've got too many windows open, right? I've got to go through all my windows here, and I've got to try and shut everything down and see whether I can work out where that's coming from, because I am so confused. Oh, hang on. Oh, I found out why. There we go. I found out why. And another stream I was using is that we were looking at earlier was back down. Now it's back up again. Worked it out. We're gonna bring on the fourth official. What you saying, bro?
Yo, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Crazy day, crazy scene.
crazy day, fam. Hey, check this out. I wanted to say two things, really. We should never forget the nexus of all this. It's all about greed. You know, regardless of winners and losers, the Glazers and all them owners of the 12 or 15 clubs just wanted to maintain their status as footballing greats. Whether they win or lose, they got guaranteed money for the next 20 years. We should never forget the nexus of that. And looking at this and the protest is making me emotional, because you might not know this story, but what's going on in this country right now in America? You have different states because of what happened last year with George Floyd and the protests across the country. They are basically criminalizing protests in this country right now. If you go out and you gather with 2 or 3 people to protest your government on whatever that's you feel that is, injustice, whatever the cause is, they have criminalized it. In Florida, they have gone ahead and said if you gather together, they can consider that a riot and police can shoot to kill. You can run someone over with your car if you think they're rioting and you can get off free. That's what's going on in this country right now. So it's making me absolutely emotional watching this and telling you guys, take advantage of this because what you said, you mentioned something earlier about the international fans. And I know, speaking for myself, we don't want that type of football. That's not why we gravitate to the English league. We gravitate to the Premier League because of the competitiveness. We gravitate to the Premier League because we don't know who can win at any given time. We don't want an Americanized system in football. You feel me? And as I said, man, this shit is making me emotional because you don't know your freedoms until they start taking from it, one by one, piece by piece, fam. And I'm happy, and I can't wait to see the Man United fans go out there and get rid of those Glazers.
Yeah,
as well.
mate, I've heard these rumors about that. Sort of, they obviously try and twist it, the right to protest, and they twist it, and they turn it round, and yeah, it just sounds all very inhumane to me in terms of doing that. And look, some people may argue that protesting about football isn't worthwhile, but I think this is something people care about. Their lives gravitate around it and stuff like that. So I think it's important to do. And you're right to protest whatever. The irony in it is this. We are meant to live in free countries where you have the right to protest and the right to protest whatever you want to protest about. It doesn't matter if Joe Bloggs next to you thinks it's pathetic or not worthwhile or it won't change anything. Everybody should be given that right to do it. There's no doubt about it. And when we look at these pictures here from the Emirates Stadium here, you just look how many fans are there. And I think that Neek said 5,000. I think he's well undershot that. I think he's well undershot that in terms of the amount of people that are involved and the amount of people that are there today. I'm gonna estimate the numbers at around 20,000. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. There, the flags, the banners, everybody's going absolutely wild for support of their club. By the way, everyone who's tuning in, we've had on average over 3,500 people watching us for the majority of the last nearly 2 hours we've been live. Do me a big favor and hit that like and that share button for me right about now. Some super chats here. Dean says Kanate to Liverpool done. Henry is bribing us. Listen, that's a good signing potentially, but don't let it overshadow things. Was here says long time no super chat, bro. Long time. He says Kroenke out, Glazers out, FSG out. We'll share the link again very soon. Road here says Roman is the best owner in the league. Chelsea protest was against the Super League. Rest all is against the owners. Roman is the best. There's no doubt Roman is a very good owner. And these protests are very much, as you say, they're against. This is 20 years for Arsenal. It's just 20 years of pain, 20 years of frustration, 20 years of anger, 20 years of feeling that they haven't been listened to. And these people have pumped their finances, their heart, their soul, their weekends, their time into this football club, and they've got every right to process it. We're going to add Ivan to the stream here. What you saying, mate?
Hey everybody, calling from Denmark. Just looking at these protests, I didn't know so many people would turn up. It's quite a surprise. Absolutely gassed. I didn't know so many people came. If it wasn't for COVID, I think there would be much more people, even coming from different countries. But I mean, I don't think, unfortunately, it's going to do that much because I don't know if you read the forum they had yesterday, and the Arsenal fan, the Danish Arsenal fan, who I think his name is Peter, who's the leader of the Arsenal fan club in Denmark. He wrote a lot about it on his Twitter. Kroenke, he sounded very like he knew what he was doing. I don't think their plans have changed that much, unfortunately. But I mean, let's hope for the best. Hope these protests works.
Yeah, listen, the protests have got to be stage 1, boycotting products stage 2, boycotting, and when I say attacking, I'm talking about digitally. I'm talking about reputationally, nothing physical. When it comes to sponsors, these are the things that need to happen. Who do you support yourself? Are you say an Arsenal fan?
Arsenal, yeah.
How does it make you feel seeing that many Gooners turn up at the Emirates Stadium to protest against your owners? How does that make you feel?
I feel glad that so many people would turn up. I mean, and it's peaceful. I hope the guy that fell is okay. It looks peaceful, and everyone is happy to be there and happy to be there for the right cause. These owners need to get out. We need to have a. I thought that it was always a good idea to have like the thing they have in Germany when I think it's the fans own 51% of the club, which I think is always a great idea because fans are the most important thing in a football club. So yeah, let's hope for the best, and I also hope that Arsenal take a win with Everton today. But yeah.
There we go. Listen, mate, thank you for calling and having your say. Really appreciate that, my guy. Thank you. Next on the show, we've got man like Ram. Ram, what you saying, mate?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Is everyone good?
Good, mate. Good.
Very well. What's on your mind? What do you want to say?
Yeah, it's just the Arsenal protest. All I'm going to say is big up Arsenal and Arsenal fans. They did the right thing. They've been crying about Kroenke for a very long time, and it seems as though there's a collective togetherness within the club now. Like, there are a lot of people saying maybe Kroenke might not be a problem, only a small minority, but now mostly everyone is like, yeah, let's get these owners out because right now it's absolutely disgraceful what they're doing to their club. And I'm hearing things about United doing the same thing. Like, it's all in all, it's good on the fans for what they want. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question. Big reports have just come out from Fabrizio Romano that you're about to sign Konate. Of course, an important signing to rejig that back line moving forward. Is that enough for you? Is that going to make you forgive FSG?
Terry, I'll give you an analogy, right? This might be a little bit deep, but yeah, I'll give it anyway. It's like a young boy that has a lot of money, has a plan of building his own business, and then he has the money for it, and then the dad takes the money from him, and all that all that nonsense comes around. And I feel like FSG, they've done so much damage that they need to do a lot more to really forgive us. Like, if they're really serious on forgiving us, it's not only Konate. It has to be a lot more players. But honestly, I think it's too little, too late. They've done the damage. £77 for ticket prices. They want to increase that. Not backing Klopp, the Super League. It's just 3 strikes and you're out. It's as simple as that.
There we go. Ram, thank you for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate that, buddy. All the people tuning in, please hit that like. But let's get this past 2,000 likes while we're live on the air, please. Next up, Lincoln is here with us. Lincoln's a Man United fan. What do you want to say, big man? I can't hear you. Is your mic? Tap your mic for me. You've not plugged it in. No.
Yeah, you hear me now.
There we go. There we go. Come on, bro.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Very quickly. Sorry to interrupt. Very quickly, Igao is back with us again from the Emirates. I'm hoping the signal works.
So
the signal's terrible. There's too many people.
At least it's not a random sound anymore.
Yeah.
I found what that was. No, we can't hear him. We can't hear Igao. I'll keep him on. I'll keep him.
He's so buzzing as well. He's so excited, and it just.
I know.
Listen. Yeah, what's going on here? What's going on here is nothing short remarkable. You got all these fans. I'm even considering like Arsenal, Man United fans like going against the board. It's like all these football fans going against American owners, because let's be honest, American owners in the Premier League. It's probably the worst thing right now. What you got? John Henry at Liverpool, and you got the Glazers at United. You got Kroenke at Arsenal. It's just poisonous right now, and all these fans that want to have their voice heard gathering there right now. Hey, you could probably like I'm in Bournemouth right now for uni. You could probably fill Bournemouth Stadium with all these fans. You could probably overpopulate the stadium. Like, it's mad. It's just so beautiful to see, man. I've got I got a gal stream on my phone. I've got Pippa's stream on the TV, and fam, there's a lot of fans, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've got pictures from Miguel here. He's trying to get some pictures through, but the signal's just not great there from Miguel. I would love to get more of it. Lincoln, thank you very much for coming on, having your say, buddy. Really appreciate that, my guy, top man. There we go. I mean, these protests are going to go on. We've got another caller here. We've got Glory Man United TV with us here. What are you saying, young man?
Yo, hi.
Yeah, what do you want to say, young man?
I want to say that it's just pure greed, and we've got to do better. Like, I think that these American owners, they've just come into the English league and ruined it, and I think that we've got to be doing better.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that at all. There's no doubt about that at all. Listen, young man, you go and take care of yourself, buddy.
Can I my shout out?
Yeah, go on.
GGMU TV, that's my channel. Can you go and subscribe to that? Thank you, Terry, for letting me come on.
Not a problem, young man. You go take care of yourself. Top man. There we go. There we go. Matt, someone here says, sounds like his voice is in the middle of breaking. We've all been there. Every grown man has been through that stage where the voice started cracking.
13, 14, fam.
Absolutely. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. We've been live for the last couple of hours. I'm going to go eat. We'll be back live again after the Arsenal game this evening. Make sure you do me a favor and hit that like and that share button. But until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again